affiliation. Join us as we celebrate Black History Month on WCHB, the voice of the church.
Detroit, you need to be made aware. Welcome to Practicing Self-Awareness with hosts Robert Chacon and Jose Villegas.
Good afternoon, Detroit. You're listening to 1340 AM WCHB. I am Robert Chacon, and I'm here with the Self-Awareness Show on today. I can't hear myself in there. Am I on though, Jay? Okay, good. So you're here with us today, and I was just thinking before we get started, like what a difference a day makes. That's what the song said, but it's like what a difference a week makes. You know, last week we couldn't even be in the studio because it was a snowstorm, and now today it's bright and sunshiny. I walked out, I said, this has the feeling of a spring day. So, you know, that's part of what I've learned with practicing self-awareness is sometimes, like when things look a certain way, all we have to do is be aware, and we'll be allowed to see the truth. Sometimes it's not exactly what you see, and things change like that. All new moments are new, and it's a man on the other line that knows about all new moments. Zerby, tell them about all new moments, man.
Oh, what's up, Zerb? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Woo, you sound good, brother.
Well, you know, I feel good. You know, feelings is important. You know, feelings is how we spiritually experience the physical world. You know, don't let that go over your head.
Yeah.
You know, we experience life through our feelings, but our feelings ain't always the truth. You know.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah. So every moment is new. Every moment, every experience. You know, something can happen a million times, but that don't mean it's gonna happen a million and one.
Uh-oh.
See?
Oh, shoot. There you go.
Yeah.
You're getting started already.
Well, you got to learn to live on the edge of your experiences, not knowing what's going to happen next, but know you're going to know when you need to know.
Yeah, you know, that thing you said, though, about something happening a million times, but you don't know if it's going to happen a million and one. Man, you know, I had so many revelations about that over the winter. Like I was telling you about the experience, you know, I played fantasy football with my family, and I remember the Super Bowl. We had 2 family members in the Super Bowl. And like towards the middle of that day, the computer had projected, they said, it's a 17% probability that at this scenario, in this situation, a person could win. 17% probability. Now you know that person won.
Yeah, because everybody else went the other 83%.
Yeah, because watch this. We've seen this scenario before, and we know it's only 17% probability that it could be anything different other than what we see laid out before us.
But see, Zerb is set up this way. See, our problem is that we trying to figure life out instead of being aware of it, right?
Yeah, we talked about that.
We've not been created to know what's going to happen next. That's not our job. As a matter of fact, it keeps us from insanity that we don't know what's going to happen next. What if you already knew what's going to happen next before it happened? Do you know how crazy you would go trying to change it before it happened? But you couldn't change it because you only can know what's going to happen next. You couldn't do anything about it. It has to happen, right?
Right.
And so with everything, life is showing us that a lot of times we're trying to figure things out through thinking, but thinking is limited. See, the mind want to know what's happening next, but it can't. Go ahead.
So yeah, let's get into the show. Let's talk about. I want to reset a couple of things because I wasn't in the studio last week, so we want to reset for the listening audience that's listening. This is the Practicing Self-Awareness Show. And we're talking about this new movement, this new understanding in life of something that was revealed to me and the Zerb, the gentleman that's on the other line. It was revealed to us to practice self-awareness was a path to spiritual enlightenment. And we both wrote material on it, and I have a book that's available now. It's called Practicing Self-Awareness. And what we learned is life throws different situations at us every day, difficult situations, things that we're trying to overcome in our life. And we learned a practical spiritual tool that helps us evolve and be better and be at peace and get to the point where we ultimately celebrate the adversity in our life because we know a great learning is coming. And we're introducing this to audiences, and it's not to challenge anything that you believe or you practice, but we practice self-awareness. So it allows us to gauge to see if what we are practicing is when life happens, is what I'm practicing, does it show up? When that bill comes and I'm afraid how I'm going to have the money to pay it, or I hear that insensitive remark from my mate or somebody at my job. What I'm practicing, does it show up as a solution and say, here, take this, use this. This will help you. This will help make this situation better. And so what we found out was we learned that practicing self-awareness gave us those things. And so me and Nazar, we both wrote material, but we decided we needed to take this show on the road because this is something real that God has given us. This is something real the universe has given us. And we've been touched to go around this country sharing this information because it's personally made both of our lives better. And so that's why you're tuned in, and that's why we hope that you're tuned in. And we're going to tell you I'm going to tell you information on how to get my book, but we're going to explain what it looks like. And we want you to go practice it and come back and call and let us know how's it going in your life. So I just kind of wanted to reset who we are, Zerb, and what we're doing. And if you have anything to add, go ahead.
Also, too, I want to add, why would we call each other Zerb? You know, because somebody may hear that and say, what's a Zerb? It's short for observer. What we are doing is calling who we are instead of our names. What we do all day. You know, all
it's
day
like a reminder.
Life.
Yeah.
Right, we're waking ourselves up because, you know, our mind loves to put us to sleep through perception, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we don't realize that the mind was developed by the physical world. So it lives in fear and struggle or however it was developed, right?
Right.
Now, the purpose of the mind is supposed to help us not repeat the past, but it doesn't talk to us that way. The mind always trying to tell us about the past, and it's going to happen this way. And, you know, so deserve is when you're in experience, right? And there's a moment from when you experience something to when you react to it, right? Mm-hmm. The moment from when you react and when you experience the experience, there's a gap. What awareness does, it creates more space from when you experience something until you react.
Wow.
That space allows something new to come in, a new answer, a new it doesn't have to be an answer about somebody else. It's a personal revelation of something you didn't know about yourself. Because I don't think we know everything about ourselves. We're learning it as we go, right? And so when we use the word observe, we're reminding ourselves that we're observers first, and with the ability to create. So that's why I just want to kick that observe. Go ahead, kick it.
So you put it in the terms of you gave them like the backbones, the backdrop. So let me put it in the physical. Now, when we say put something in the physical, we give you a physical experience from our life to kind of illustrate what the observer just was telling you about, creating a gap, creating a space. So I'll give you an experience I had. And the experience is that hopefully you will see this in your own life and it'll click. It'll make sense. It'll make more sense. So let me give you an experience. So this week, I work in what you would call a medical field, and we have to have a mental health field. We have to have liability insurance. And we do an annual payment on our liability insurance. So I got the invoice in the mail to pay. And my knee-jerk reaction was, oh, God, I got to pay this again this year. That was my knee-jerk. And but I heard myself, because I've cultivated enough, and that's something else we talk about, cultivating this till you begin to hear things you normally don't hear. I caught myself saying that. And I celebrated because I said, that knee-jerk response in me believes that the resources are limited. But the real me, the real us knows that resources are abundance. Matter of fact, Zerb said something earlier. I can't remember exactly what you said, but you talked about we come from the source that's everything, just to paraphrase
Right.
you. And
Right. Unlimited.
yeah, the resources is unlimited. Resources to us are unlimited. The real us knows that. But life was showing me my knee jerk, my content, how I was developed, believes that resources are limited. And I was happy to be shown that. Why? Because now, by me seeing that reaction, now I'm going to create a space where God can reveal to me the truth. And now I'm setting up a scenario where I'm going to be shown resources are unlimited to you. And so that's what we're saying when we're saying create a space, because I was glad that I was allowed to be shown that, because now its opposite can exist in my life. We talked about that earlier, Zerb.
Yeah. You know, sir, when you were saying that, I heard something say to me while you were saying that. Is something said, you know who that is. Something said to me, says, if you pray but feel and think the same, then you just praying in vain.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah, I hear you.
What? Meaning what? Meaning what? If you pray for something but you feel and think the same way, right, you're going to keep creating what you feel and think, not what you're praying for. This is so important this is why self-awareness is so important, that I can actually be sabotaging my own self and don't even know it through my feelings and thoughts.
Yeah.
See, this is why, and you can't have revelation about this but in your experiences. Man, see, why is this so important, what we're talking about? Because we're trying to get to that information that was put inside of us when we was kids, when we were babies, right?
Right.
Before we even knew how to read, we were still getting information. I don't think we realized that. Before I even knew how to read, walk, or talk, I was still picking up information from the environment. Now, nobody never told me to be a loser. They just demonstrated losing to me, bird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I watched them demonstrate it, and I picked it up. So I learned to lose. I'm a champion loser. 0 and 100. You know what I mean? That's my score. You know, no wins. Then I started looking at my life, and me and you came into this new way of life, because it must be time for this, man. Why must it be time for this? Because it wouldn't be here. You know, we talked about that?
Yeah.
That electricity always existed as lightning, but nobody wasn't ready for the earth yet. Because what the caveman was going to do with electricity? He had nothing to light up, right?
Right.
So then one day God sent somebody who could see electricity in the lightning. Oh, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we benefit. So me and you seen awareness, self-awareness in the what? Unconsciousness we live. Uh-oh. Go ahead.
Right. And so just like with the scenario I used, why did I say I celebrated? I celebrated when I saw that reaction, that knee-jerk reaction in me about a bill. Because you pointed out something the other week on the air. You said, I know that the truth is going to be revealed to me. The truth that resources aren't limited. Now, how do I know that? How do I know that? Now, I haven't had the revelation yet, but I guarantee you I'm going to come back here and share it with you all. But how do I know that? Because remember, the week prior, what happened the week prior? I had a situation at my job, and I didn't know the answer. And I was aware I didn't know the answer. And what happened? Before the end of the day, God revealed the answer to me, which way to go. And I knew it was God revealing it. Why? Because I was at peace. I was
Yeah.
full. I was at joy. I
Yeah.
knew it was the right answer. See, a lot of times you'll know if you have the right answer or not just by how you feel. So we got a caller, but that's why I know I'm gonna have a revelation about abundance, and that's
Go ahead.
I knew that because I know this works because it's been working and I love it. But you want to take this caller's Herb?
Yeah, go ahead, John. Go ahead. Go ahead. Kick it in.
Hey, caller, how you doing today? We're talking about self-awareness.
Hello, my fellow Zerbs. This is Natasha. How are you guys doing?
What's up,
What's
Natasha?
up,
Watch
Zern?
this. Watch this, fellas. I hope this life is giving you all the experiences you guys need to wake you up from your development.
Oh,
Did you catch that?
wow.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, you deserve it. You
Yeah,
deserve it. That's
yeah.
all the way that he talks. You can't come with all
Amen,
that.
amen. I'm calling in with a testimony because, you know, I'm always being challenged in my experiences. So get this. I was scheduled to take the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, on the 16th, which was last Tuesday, but we had a snowstorm. So they rescheduled this for Saturday. So, oh boy, my man, I caught myself obsessing it. I mean, obsessing taking that vaccine. I had heard so many things, and my mind was just going crazy to the point, you know, I wear this Fitbit that tracks my heart rate. So between Tuesday and Saturday, my mind was obsessing it. I was breathing hard. I was looking at my Fitbit, checking my heart rate every 20 minutes. I had so much anxiety. And then, you know, I haven't had panic attacks in years. I could feel my chest tightening. And I was like, oh, no, let me hit that button, that tool, baby, that life-saving tool. I had to go into awareness. And I began to watch my thoughts. You know, I said, well, wait a minute. Where is this coming from, Natasha? This is coming from your development. Let your mind express itself. This is separate from who you really are. So I had to check that fear, and I had to watch it and the feelings that were being generated from it. And those feelings, you know, I was creating all these scenarios in my head. Oh, Lord, I'm going to have an adverse reaction. What if this happened, this happened, this happened? So I just stayed aware. I watched everything, and on my drive down there, when I got down there, I felt a peace came over me, and because I created that space, I was allowed to let God come in. I had the perfect nurse. I seen an officer that I knew. Hey, thank you, Officer Randolph, Officer Ray Randolph, and everybody, medical personnel, everything was appointed and anointed. The shot went well, and I didn't have an adverse reaction, but I painted all of this stuff in my head. But thanks to self-awareness, it wasn't a shot that would have put me in the hospital. It was my mind that would have put me in the hospital. But thanks to self-awareness, everything went well. Thanks the Lord. Thank you guys, too. I just had to share that.
Tasha, and what's powerful, too, is that you've seen how that reacts on your body.
Yes.
How your mind and your emotions can actually make you sick.
Yes.
I believe there's a lot of sickness that comes from that we thinking we blame it on something else. You know?
Absolutely.
Well, can I interject? Just, you know, that's scripture right there. That was in the Bible. You know, when the young lady touched the hem of Jesus' garment, what did he say? He said, your belief in this is what healed you. So that's what we're talking about, creating a space where we have a realization of the power to heal that we actually have. But you have to create a space. But if you keep going on that thought of, oh, yes, I'm weak and I'm going to be sick and this is going to be the end of my demise, that is going to be true.
That's so true. So true.
And something else you said, Tasha, was important, too. I don't want nobody to miss that. That part you said that you knew those feelings and thoughts wasn't you. Oh, that was big. That was big right
yes.
there. You knew it, though. You didn't say I believe it. You said I knew, and that's because you knew it.
That's big.
Amen. Amen.
That's the whole process. You know who you are.
and that's
you the feelings and thoughts.
And that's what I was saying earlier yesterday. You know, about the bill. I said what did I say? I said I know I'm gonna now be revealed abundance.
Yes.
Because why? Because it's what you wrote in the green book. We've been cultivating, and now if you cultivate it, just like any seed you plant, and you water it, and you give it the proper sunlight, whatever you planted is going to grow. And what we've planted is this understanding of practicing self-awareness, and the roles we want to grow is a better understanding and a better grip on our life. That's
right.
what's growing now. And so that's why she said, I know.
Yeah.
and I love how she cultivated it through practice.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
That's
learning.
how she
I'm
cultivated
learning.
it. She
Now-
cultivated it through, you would know about this and still not benefit from it.
Now she said you said cultivating through practice. So now one important part we got to put on that. It's some manure. When you growing something, you got to have some manure.
Yeah.
Oh, I get a lot of that every day.
You know, if you
I
want,
got some more coming up.
I don't know if we got any good farmers out there that know about spreading the manure on the crop. It's gonna be a little bit, but but if you can stay aware through it, something so beautiful and so bountiful is gonna grow. A knowing,
the manure is necessary. That's what you're saying.
yeah, for the process. But
Yeah, you
And
said
you
the
got-
manure is necessary. Don't run from it. Don't hold your nose. It's necessary.
yeah,
Manure, you wouldn't know what fresh air was.
yeah, you know, I wrote about that in my book. It's a chapter titled "Pain," and it say, "Pain is the gift that don't nobody want." And but everything we rejecting is actually coming to help us be better. But if you have a mindset to always reject it, you know, me and Tasha talked about this. We said, you know, if you think about most people's day is set up trying to reject what's being shown to them about themselves. I don't want to see that. But watch this. If you will allow yourself to see it and just be aware of it, first of all, if you paying attention to it, that can't be you. If I see myself looking at a bill in disgust, who's watching me do this? You know what I'm saying? So you're able to detach from it, and that detachment is allowing the truth to show up.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
has
Because
to.
mine.
Go ahead, Tosh, you want to say something?
Oh, yeah, I was going to just say because just me practicing self-awareness elevated my consciousness with God. I was able to see that He was in all of my experiences. But when the mind is just going, and you have no tool or anything to implement, then you think that is you, but it's not. It was just my development running real wild. So I was grateful to be able to implement practicing self-awareness because it shows me God in my experiences.
We appreciate you. Go ahead.
Let me say this right quick to add to what Tasha just said was important because what I used to always say is I said there's 4 things we really need to know about, right?
Yeah.
I said God, our minds, our emotions, and us, the spiritual us, right? That lives in the body, right?
Right.
And what I used to say, I said if they taught us about the mind, emotion, and us, we'll end up at God.
Wow.
See, but they started with God and left the other 3 parts out. So a lot. What else can you believe that your mind? The mind. See, they blaming too much stuff on the devil. Believe it or not, what they call it the devil is the mind. But the mind is so slick, it sets itself up and make you call it something else. But your mind will drive you crazy.
Amen.
I'd have been on Prozac, Zoloft, medicine for the medicine.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. You said you had medicine for the medicine? What do that look like?
I had to say medicine, but the Zoloft had side effects, so they gave me more medicine for the side effects.
Oh, Lord. See the society we live in.
They had me numb, sir. They had me numb.
Watch this. When the whole time you could heal yourself just by being able to understand how you think and creating a space. And creating a space that allowed something higher that resonates in you to happen.
And also, too, sir, why I'm not on medicine now because of what I do today. I cultivate in the present moment awareness. I practice self-awareness, right? And those I say, I cultivate inner present moment awareness, meaning that nobody's really teaching us that we live in two worlds at the same time, and we have to understand both worlds to have freedom. You see what I'm saying? We can't, because the inner world was first developed by the outer world, and then once the inner world gets developed enough, it takes on reactions on its own. That's called terrible too. Because I got a granddaughter. I'm watching now. She's doing her own thing at 18 months. Why? Because her mind has developed enough. It's talking to her. Oh, you don't hear me? 18 months. So now I got to sometimes, you got to almost spank her hand and stuff to let her know that you can't listen to your mind all the time. I wish we could still get our hands spanked when you're older. It's trying to help us wake up. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you start listening to what your mind says? Your mind's trying to be God in your life. Meaning what? It's always trying to tell you what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
But it don't know what's going to happen next. It's just making a guess. A guess from where? From the past. See?
Yeah.
That's why I stopped looking at news and listening to all these people that the past and because you're gonna hear it somewhere. I just make classical music, but it's still hear all the craziness, right? And so I have to protect myself.
Yeah, so we got to get ready to wrap. We got a couple of minutes. Yeah, you get three people that's excited to talk about awareness. Talking about awareness, the time just fly. But let me, and we thank you for calling in today, Tosh.
Okay,
thank
you guys. Be blessed, guys. Keep
Stay aware.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
And just observe. We was talking. And so the show, it kind of goes quick, and we know some people may be getting it, some people may not. But I promise you, we have discovered something that's a path to enlightenment, and we're gonna teach self-awareness on Zoom. So we're gonna be inviting you to those classes. We're gonna teach self-awareness to you because we know it's like it takes time. You got to actually learn what. Now let me say this. It's something very, very simple to do, but if you've never done it before, it is some challenges because most days we just hit the floor and we start reacting to our life. But we want to be more attentive to our life because there's so many things we miss inside of a day. Things that could help heal us physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. Bring the health and the wealth that we're looking for. So we're going to give some classes on Zoom, and we hope we'll pass on the information and hope we can invite you in. So with that, give them the emails, or what's the email?
It's self-aware 2021 at yahoo.com. Self-aware 2021 at yahoo.com.
All right, and my website to get my book, Practicing Self-Awareness, is www.arshakan.com. That's www.arshakan.com. My name is Robert Shakan. You can contact me on Facebook if you'd like me to send you a book. Robert Shakan. Shakan is SHAKHAN. That's SHAKHAN. Feel free to join me and try to get my book so we can give you this information. And we'll be talking to you in later shows about this class we're going to give on Zoom because we feel like we got to really break this down. I'm telling you, it's something so great in this, and we want to give it away to you. So just hang out with us. We'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks for joining us.
Later.
You have just been made aware. The Practicing Self-Awareness Show with host Robert Shakan and Jose Villegas. Contact Rob at 313-283-5651 or email at selfaware2021@yahoo.com. That's selfaware2021@yahoo.com. And tune in again every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. for the Practicing Self-Awareness Show with hosts Robert Shakan and Jose Villegas, right here on WCHB AM 1340, the voice of the church.